right. What's up, guys? We're back. Welcome to the zoo. We just got back from Orlando last night, so we are a little bit tired, but we out here. We're excited to talk about our Disney trip. So this whole episode's going to be about Disney World and our experiences taking a toddler and a newborn to 4 days of Disney.
Yeah, it was a lot, and I wasn't even there for all of it.
Yeah, it was a lot. I have been dreaming about taking Josh to Disney for a while, so it was kind of surreal, honestly, to go to Disney with you. How do you feel about it? Because you served your mission in Florida, and you said you would, see the fireworks, and you literally served in the Disney World area, right?
Yeah, I did. Like the second to last area I was in the Disney World ward, where the families that worked at Disney or just like right next to Disney, like all lived, like Disney World was in my area. It was really interesting, honestly. It's like combining two completely, in my mind, like adjacent worlds, like a world that I kind of saw. Maybe I felt like Ariel, where, like she wants to go on land, but she couldn't, kind of felt like that. Like
it's like you get a little taste, but you don't actually get to go on the rides. And
it was more like on my mission. I was trying to do the math backwards in my head when I was talking, like when we were under the castle looking at the fireworks. It's like I've seen that fireworks show or fireworks like that from Disney around 180 times, but I was usually like a couple miles away. And that was the first time I'd ever been standing directly under where the fireworks were happening.
Yeah, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. So was it surreal for you to actually go into the park?
Yeah, it was. I could definitely see how I would have really enjoyed it as a little kid. I don't feel like you need to go on a lot of rides to really enjoy it, because I wasn't really like a ride kid. I was like, I didn't enjoy rides, but it was fun.
Like, do you think as a kid they scared you, or what was it?
I don't know. I just didn't really enjoy them. Like it scared me. Like
at the fair or where?
Yeah, just wherever you go on amusement park rides. Okay. Whether that's a fair or...
I was just curious, like where you guys went when you were younger.
Yeah, we would go to the Puyallup Fair.
In Washington? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you also went to a bunch of amusement parks. Like you said you've been to Six Flags. Yeah.
Yeah, that was when I was older, though.
Yeah, those are like...
And you still couldn't really get me to do like rides that spin like crazy. But I did eventually get peer pressured into doing roller coasters. And I'm not talking about like little roller coasters. I got peer pressured into doing some of the biggest ones in the world. And
was it worth it?
When it was done, yeah.
When it was over, you were like, okay, I did that?
Yeah. My very first experience was actually, what is it called? Silverwood?
Oh, yeah. Remember we took Noah there?
Yep.
Because I won that was in Idaho. Mm-hmm. I won an Instagram giveaway.
The Tremors roller coaster. That one was like one of my first like really big ones.
Is that the one that I went on with Uncle Tommy?
Yep.
I just called him Uncle Tommy.
With our brother-in-law?
Yep.
Tom?
Yep.
Yes.
That's hilarious. That one was pretty fun, actually.
It's like one of the most intense wooden roller coasters I've ever been on.
Yeah. I still want to take you to Lagoon, like the amusement park here in Utah, because I think you would like it. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then I just remembered, it was so funny. You were taking Noah on the Dumbo ride, and you like didn't really want to take him on it by yourself. And you were like, I don't know, I'm just not really a ride guy. And I just looked at you like, what are you talking about? We're at Disney. Mm-hmm. Like, you gonna be a ride guy today, Josh. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yep. There's very few things that could get me to do something that I don't want to do. The disapproval of my wife is one of them. And my son really wanting to, because it'd make him happy, is another.
That makes sense. What do you give your experience out of 10 for Disney?
I'd give it a 10 out of 10.
You felt the magic?
I felt the magic when toddlers weren't screaming.
You didn't really scream that much, I feel like.
With toddlers, I feel like you have like a window of time until they start to get...
Delulu.
Mm. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah. I grew up going to Disneyland, and I will say I'm a little bit more familiar with Disneyland, and it is a lot smaller than Disney World. The thing about Disney World is there's so many parks to choose from, so it can get a little bit crazy. We ended up deciding to not do Harry Potter World because we had talked to a couple people, and they had said that Harry Potter is a little bit advanced for Noah. So we're going to hold off on that one and hopefully go someday because I've never been. I've always wanted to, but someday we'll do it. So we ended up doing Disney World, which is Magic Kingdom. And then we did that for 2 days. And then we did Animal Kingdom as well, which is a separate park. And then we did Hollywood Studios. So the only park this time that we didn't do was Epcot because I also heard that supposedly I went to Epcot, I think it was in 2011 with my family. Epcot has the best food, but I just don't.
What is at Epcot that's not anywhere else?
They do like a tour kind of like around the world. I remember like you can go to different areas that are different countries basically. And so you get like different food from that country. So it kind of feels like
Speaking of that, I felt like It's a Small World is kind of creepy.
Really? Why? Just because they sing so much like over and over again?
I don't know. Just I could see a scary movie taking place there.
I remember you told me that you looked it up and
yeah, it's haunted.
Yeah. So what did you read about that it's haunted?
Let me ask ChatGPT.
But yeah, so I was super happy that we did Disney World, like the Animal Kingdom park for 2 days. Just because it's such a large park that I feel like we needed 2 days to really like get the full experience since Josh had never been. I do think that Animal Kingdom was really, really fun for Noah too. The thing that was kind of harder, I guess, with Animal Kingdom is that it closes early, which I didn't know about that until the day of. Park closed at 6 p.m. so you don't have like as much time if you don't get to the park earlier. But I do kind of want to like dive deep into like each park and stuff while we're talking. But did you figure out what's haunted about It's a Small World?
Yep. One of the number one reasons is because there's been a lot of unauthorized ash scatterings.
Really?
Yep.
So people bring their loved ones' ashes?
And like chuck them in the water.
That's actually really weird.
Yeah. It says there have been instances where guests have attempted to scatter the ashes of deceased loved ones within Disney attractions, including It's a Small World. Such actions are strictly prohibited by Disney and can lead to ride shutdowns for thorough cleaning.
What?
The knowledge of these occurrences has contributed to the haunted reputation of the ride.
Dude, that's crazy, bro.
So, number 2, the attraction's intrinsic ambiance. The ride features hundreds of dolls singing the same repetitive tune in various languages, set against a backdrop of vibrant yet somewhat uncanny scenery. This combination can evoke a sense of unease, leading some to perceive the environment as creepy or unsettling. Some Disney employees and visitors have reported witnessing the animatronic dolls moving independently when the ride was shut down for the night. These accounts describe dolls shifting positions or continuing to move after power has been turned off, fueling speculation about supernatural activity.
Wow, that's interesting. I'm not really creeped out by dolls, though. Are you?
I mean, am I scared of them? No, but are they creepy? Yeah, I think that you could objectively say that dolls like that are kind of creepy.
Dude, you know what was so creepy is on Traders when they did that doll, like episode or whatever, and what's the guy from Tom? Right? What's his last name?
I don't remember.
Okay, the cheater guy was like singing to the dolls. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Those dolls were super creepy, actually. I don't think It's a Small World is creepy, though. I like it. It's cute. I like seeing all the different, countries and what they're wearing and stuff, and trying to guess which country is which.
I think they need to update a lot of those animatronics.
Like what ride?
That one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's nostalgic. Like it's classic. You got to keep the
okay, but
OG.
like the Avatar one and the like Tiana's ride, those were dope. Those were like actually really cool animatronics. Like It's a Small World, that looks like it's like from the 70s or the 60s.
But that's why it's cool, because it's old.
Okay, but everybody that like people that were like teenagers in the 60s, not going to be around for that much longer. Like, let's get real here.
Okay, so tell me your favorite ride that you went on, or like top 3.
Tiana's one.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Space Mountain.
For sure.
And then I'm trying to think, what other rides did we go on?
One
did we go on any other roller coaster type ones?
One that I wish we would have gone on is Tron, but the line was always so long that we didn't go on that one. Did you like Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, I did like the Haunted Mansion. That was trippy. It was trippy, like how, like the ghosts dancing, it actually looked like ghosts.
Yeah.
I could see how, and by the way, we took our toddler on that.
You weren't in the pod thing with him.
I could hear him.
Yeah.
I could hear him. He was not impressed.
Yeah, he was scared for sure. I took him last time we went to Disneyland on Haunted Mansion.
Why? He was like 2.
Yeah. And we took him again. Both times he was sad. Poor kid. That was the only one he was scared of though. So, oh well. I thought he would like it though, because he likes spooky things. Like he loves Halloween. So
That's true.
Why doesn't he like it?
Because it looks really, really real to him.
Yeah, it's really realistic, and also it's really dark in there.
Yeah, I think he's afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
When it comes to that.
It's just funny. He's like, I never want to go on Haunted Mansion ever again. And then like an hour later, he's like, let's go on Haunted Mansion. So it's like he probably liked it a little bit, right? Or he wouldn't have asked that.
Yeah.
But the Tiana's Bayou Adventure, I was telling you, it used to be Splash Mountain. We did get the Lightning Lane Pass, which a lot of people are probably familiar with it. I think they used to call it the Fast Pass, where you can book certain rides to go quicker through the line. The thing about the one that we got, it was like the multi-lane pass. So like every time you went on a ride, you could book a new one. So you can always have 3 rides at a time. But it was annoying because some of the rides were like unavailable, and I think it was maybe just because they were sold out, or sometimes I think they don't offer the Lightning Lane Pass for certain rides. But anyway, we didn't have one for the Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and so we had to wait in line. I think we waited like 45 minutes. It wasn't horrible, but Noah was pretty crazy during that line. I think we ended up playing that heads up game, which was, I don't know.
He didn't care about it.
He didn't care about it though. So, dude, you got to tell him about Noah and the guy coming out. Like they stopped the ride, remember?
Oh.
Do you think it really was Noah?
I mean, my immediate response to that was he wasn't getting up. So they stopped a ride. Somebody came out after like 5 minutes of us all sitting there. And it's not just us. It's like a couple other people in these logs that are floating in the water. And they said that it was because our son was standing up, but he wasn't standing up. Like he really wasn't.
Yeah.
He was like moving around, but he wasn't, like he never got on our lap and he never stood up.
I do think he, like his one cheek was on my lap, like during part of it. So I think that maybe that's why.
Well, I didn't see it.
Yeah. But I think it might have been our fault. I don't know.
My immediate response was to like default, like deny, because I was like, no, we didn't. I could feel like I got angry, but
Dude,
I didn't say anything.
That's the difference of you and me though. Like I'm over here like anxious, like maybe it really was us, because they stopped the ride for like 10 minutes.
It was way too long.
Yeah, it was way too long. And the guy, like one of the workers came out and was like, make sure everyone's sitting. We stopped it because somebody was getting up. And I'm like, oh gosh, I think it might have been our fault. But
well, they said it was.
Yeah, but no.
But it wasn't.
Noah really liked that ride though. I thought it was really cute. It was fun.
Like I don't have a problem taking accountability for things like when it is us, but like give me a break.
It could have been though, just for a second is what I'm saying.
Give me a break. Like, okay, he has one butt cheek leaned up against your leg. I mean,
I think they were probably just scared he was going to fall out.
Doubt it.
I did see
he was
though.
In the middle of us.
Yeah, I did see though online that a dad took his son out of the log ride on that Tiana's thing, and they were like walking, like on the side, like where the worker came out, and they had to stop the ride because they literally got out of it and were walking. Supposedly, I don't know
why.
I don't know. I think he just wanted to like look further into the ride, like wanted to explore. It's like, bro, you can't get out of your seat. But we were in the very back row, so we didn't get wet, which was kind of nice.
I got a little bit wet.
A little bit, but not bad. Yeah, Space Mountain was super, super dark too. What did you think of that?
Dude, it made me feel like it was trippy. It was really trippy.
Like when they jerk, and turn in the dark, it's kind of crazy. That's always been my favorite ride. The one ride I wish you could go on, which is only at Disneyland, is Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I would have liked that.
So at Animal Kingdom, we went on this dinosaur ride. It's like that one. You're in a car and it's like really bumpy.
Oh, I did like that one, but
Yeah.
Noah didn't like that one.
Yeah, that's the other one that Noah was really scared of, which I was surprised because he loves dinosaurs, but I think it was because it was dark and it was really realistic. Like the T-Rex at the very end, I think he was just like, oh, wow. Like, Yeah, because our cousin's So my sister Holly, who lives in Tennessee, ended up coming last minute, which was kind of crazy because we had gotten an Airbnb outside of Disney World. That's where we stayed. I think it was about 15 minutes away from the parks.
Yeah.
It was a really good price though. Like I think I did the math and it was $190 a night for that many nights because we stayed for a long time. And we, had a kitchen, and that place slept 12 people. So that was a pretty big place for what we paid. Like that's the same as a hotel like price, Anyways, I was just proud of myself for that.
And your
find.
sister came.
Yeah. And then my sister came, so she was able to stay with us, and every single room at that Airbnb had a bathroom. So it was really nice because she was just able to stay with us. I think it was like a 9-hour drive for her from Tennessee. So I don't think it was horrible, but she was by herself with 3 of her kids. But it was so fun, like being with them and just getting to go on the rides with them. I did take Scarlett and Anderson by myself on the Tower of Terror. That was the other one I wanted you to go on. But
what did they think about it?
They were really nervous because they had never done it before. And they obviously...
Did Scarlett scream?
Yeah, she's like, hold my hand. I think she's 12, so it's kind of funny. She was more scared, I think, than Anderson. They knew about the drops and stuff.
She's like right on the verge of being like a teenager, but still kind of like kid-like in some ways.
Yeah, true. So yeah, I did enjoy Tower of Terror with them, especially the lightning lane pass on that one was so clutch because I think the line was 90 minutes and we got on the ride in about like 5. So I would say to anybody who's thinking about doing the lightning lane pass, it is an extra cost, which we've talked about. It's like, dude,
if you're going to Disney, bust out your wallets.
Dude,
because,
yeah.
man, they collect.
So Disney definitely collects though, for sure. And then you have to pay for parking every single day too, which was a lot. And then I think 2 of the days,
a couple of those things that take away from the magic for adults.
Yeah, 2 of the days we did like the preferred parking so we could get closer to the park. Something that me and my mom talked about that's really intense is taking the strollers up and down, like having to collapse them every time you got onto the tram that took you over to the park. That's why we ended up doing the preferred parking. Like you pay a little bit extra so you don't have to like collapse your stroller. So I would say to anybody who has big strollers and doesn't want to collapse them and they want to get closer to the park, I would do the preferred parking for your own mental sanity to not have to take everything out of your stroller and collapse them. Like it was just a lot. Because I remember with my mom, I was like disassociating at one point. I'm like, dude, I got to go beast mode, CrossFit mode to like get all the crap out of the stroller, bust it down, get on the tram. Like it was just a lot. And I will say you definitely should bring a stroller. Like think how much that came in clutch, Josh. That big stroller that I brought.
It did.
I think, yeah, it's the Uppa Baby Vista stroller that we have. And it had so much storage on the bottom that we literally chucked everything on the bottom. Like things that we bought, drinks, like, I don't know, just for sure bring a stroller. Because we had the Duna, which is like the infant travel stroller for Indy, which was great for her to keep her in that. But you need a bigger stroller to like keep all your crap in for sure. So we had 2 separate strollers. And then the other thing that was really nice on the Uppa Baby Vista that we have, it's like a step stool almost that has wheels. So we had that in the back of that stroller too. So it was nice. Like my sister's kids were able to stand on that while we were pushing the stroller as well. Anyway, I just felt like that was a game changer. So did you try a lot of the food while we were there, or do you not really remember? Oh, you know what we did do that was cool though? We went to this, it was super expensive though. I guess London says that's like one of the most expensive things in the park. My niece.
I wasn't impressed.
The Crystal Palace.
Dude, that was like one of the most mid/expensive meals I've ever had in my life.
But we got to see Winnie the Pooh characters. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's more like what you're paying for, more so than anything else.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a hater. But food was okay. Not like out of this world.
Holly really liked it, my sister.
If you're going to pay like slightly under $40 per person, it's like you could get, that's like almost like 2.5 times what you'd pay for, or like 1.5 times what you'd pay for Tucanos or something.
We just rolled in there and we weren't exactly sure what it was, but it was a buffet with characters from Winnie the Pooh. And it was just funny, like watching Eeyore like go around. Like I just felt like a lot of the kids didn't really want to see Eeyore. Mm-hmm. And what did you say? I was like, I wouldn't want to be Eeyore. And then what did you say?
I don't remember.
You don't? You were like, I would. Because then I wouldn't have to like talk to people. Dude, out of all the characters, I feel like you'd be a really good Eeyore though. Mm-hmm. Like, what's another Disney character you would want to be?
Indiana Jones.
Oh, I wonder if they have an Indiana Jones guy.
I don't think so.
I think they do actually, because I remember looking at Disney World app and there's like an Indiana Jones show. There's not a ride, but so they must have the guy play in the show, you know?
Yeah.
I would probably want to be Belle. I'm not going to lie. But I'm trying to think
You
of
gotta
like...
meet the princesses.
Yeah. Yeah, so we did do the little like meet and greet to the princesses, and it was cool because they had Cinderella and then they had a surprise princess. And that day they had Belle, which is my favorite princess, so that was fun. It was seriously so cute though to watch Noah. Like, he really liked meeting the princesses actually. Mm-hmm. Like, Cinderella like took the time and like got down on his level and was just like, I don't know, he was just mesmerized while she was talking to him. It was so cute. Mm-hmm. It's true. Like, I looked online of just a little, you know, different websites and stuff before we went, and a couple people posted like the in between, like you said, like little magical moments, or sometimes like your favorite thing. Mm-hmm. You know, like sometimes you might think this big ride is going to be the best thing, but when you take kids, it really is like those in between magical moments that you weren't planning on, you know. Mm-hmm. I don't know. So I will say that
I think like the first like 30 seconds of when we got in there and the parade was happening, I feel like Noah was like kind of overstimulated a little bit. Yeah. Like it was like shock kind of.
Yeah.
But happiness, but shock.
Yeah, he was like kind of overwhelmed. Like, we just got into the park.
Or like overload.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't realize the parade was already starting. And so we just stopped and we're watching it. And yeah, I feel like Noah was like, what is going on? Like, this is so cool, but what's going on, you know? Indy, though, was an angel. Like, she was seriously so good.
The whole time.
Yeah. Like, I think she was overstimulated sometimes, but I mean, I was just so impressed with how good she was. Another thing that was incredible was the fireworks show, don't you think?
Yeah, it was.
We got lucky because we were walking past and the workers were kind of moving people around, like, and we just decided to kind of stay right next to the castle. And
we got front row seats.
Yeah, we were like right next to the castle. Like, we probably waited, would you say like 40 minutes until the show started?
Yeah.
But we were right next to the castle, and just seeing it up that close was crazy. They definitely have upped their game on the fireworks show though. Cause like, I think like I said, I was at Disney World in 2011. I don't remember the show being that cool because they like project
all the characters,
yeah,
all the good guys and all the bad guys onto the castle.
Uh-huh. Oh man, that was so magical. Like, I really almost cried. I was like, this is why Disney just gets you. This is why people pay this much money to come to this.
Because they hook you into your emotions.
Yeah. I'm like, why am I so emotional? This is so cute.
It's good business.
It's the music too, though. Whoever writes the music for the Disney movies gets you every time. Yeah. I'm trying to think of all my favorite food that we had though. Did you even have a churro while we were there? Dang. I'm kind of sad you didn't have a churro because they're fire. And you didn't have a Dole Whip either, and you love Dole Whip. Mm-hmm. I'm sad we didn't get Dole Whips this time. Something that I really enjoyed this time was the Avatar Land, though. I thought that Pongu drink was super cool.
Yeah, it was good.
It was like this pear. Was it pear and kiwi? I don't know. It was something like that. It was like purple and green, and then it had these like popping boba balls on the top. It was super cool. We did the Lightning Lane Pass on the Avatar ride. It was like the river journey. So that was cool because I think the wait was like 50 minutes. Mm-hmm. You've seen the Avatar movie though, right?
Yeah, of course.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
How many times do you think Noah ran away from us and whipped his wiener out and peed somewhere random? Who taught him how to do that, first off? I don't feel like it was me.
Well, I think you were just like, okay, we have to pee here, you know, like we have to pee outside.
Maybe it was me.
And so like he just probably got used to doing it sometimes and he thinks it's cool.
I think that he realizes that we don't always want him to, which makes him want to.
No, the other place that was so good, if anyone goes to Animal Kingdom, my niece London told me about it. It's like a barbecue place. That was so good. Do you remember eating that? It was like the pulled pork sandwich that I got my mom.
Yeah. It was good.
And then you got the mac and cheese. Mm-hmm. And then I got like the platter or whatever. But that's where Noah peed. We were like eating and he went on the bridge and he was peeing like off the bridge into the water. And my niece, Noelle, was like, Noah's peeing in the ocean. I was like, oh, okay, great. Yeah.
I think it happened 3 times because it happened at Disney Springs too.
Oh yeah. It also happened after we went on Dumbo. Remember? Mm-mm. Yeah. You were there. He like went.
Oh yes.
He went into the dirt like right by Dumbo and just all of a sudden started peeing.
I feel like people thought it was funny though.
Like every single time he would pee though, my mom would just be like, don't look. Like she would just be like, don't
claim him.
Don't claim him, or like don't like disassociate, almost like don't let people know that you know he's peeing or something, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The thing that's hard about it is that he would give no warning. He would just do it.
He just whip it out.
Yeah.
What did you think of Tomorrowland Speedway?
It was cool.
Yeah, Noah got to drive the car. That was pretty fun. Yeah.
I don't think Anderson was as impressed though.
Something that happened though when we went on Space Mountain, there was like one of those rain gusts, or like, you know, how would you describe it? I don't know, in Florida.
Just summer rain for Florida where it downpours hard for like 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah. So while we were on Space Mountain, I think it was me, you, my sister, and our 2 kids. And so we left my mom with the 2 toddlers and Indy, that our newborn. And it was like super, super rainy. My mom said she was freaking out because she was getting super wet and Indy's a newborn. She didn't want Indy to get rained on.
And people weren't letting her in like underneath because it was packed.
There was like a little area that was covered. And she said that there were like a bunch of people that weren't letting her underneath. It was stressing her out. I think she was just like, guys, I have a baby. Like, move over. Mm-hmm. I feel bad that we left her during that time.
Noelle and Noah didn't care. They were having a good time.
Yeah. Oh, I will say this is another hack. Go to the Walmart near the parks. Like we literally stayed at the Airbnb. It was like 5 minutes, if that, from the Walmart. And that was the cleanest, coolest Walmart I've ever seen. And they have everything Disney you could ever imagine for cheaper. Like they have ears that you can buy there. They have bags, bubble guns.
The more you can not buy things at Disney, the better.
Yeah. So Holly got bubble guns for the kids there, which we had already bought Noah a Buzz Lightyear gun at the park.
Which he broke.
Within
the first like 3 hours.
He
was digging in the dirt with it.
Yeah, digging in the dirt with it. Which is so stupid. So he got dirt inside of the bubble gun. But yeah, so Holly got the bubble guns for the kids at Walmart. I think the price difference was stark though. I think it was like $35 at the park for the bubble gun. And then at Walmart, it was like $12 to $14 or something like that. So definitely buy your bubble guns at Walmart, because Noelle and Noah, like you obviously have to refill it, but Noelle and Noah were having a grand old time with that. So Animal Kingdom, did you like the safari?
Yeah, I loved the safari. That part was really cool. Your mom didn't think the hippos were real because she thought they looked like too perfect. I was like, that's because they're actually hippos, not because they're not real.
Yeah. Noah kept asking me that too, though, like if the animals were real. Mm-hmm. I will say that if you haven't been on a safari, that's a good, little way to kind of get a taste of what a safari is kind of like. And I just think it's fun for kids to get that experience. Mm-hmm. I think Noah really liked seeing all the different animals, and it was cool. Like on the actual safari car, they showed all the animals like on an image that like you'd be able to see. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was cool. Like once we saw a cheetah or the hippo, I would like point to the animal and show Noah. Just thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, he did like that. He liked it a lot. I feel like that was one of his more favorite things.
Mm-hmm. It was just fun. That was like so open too. You can see so much. And then I'm trying to think, what was the other cool ride we went on at Animal Kingdom?
I liked the Jungle Cruise. I don't think that was at Animal Kingdom.
Oh yeah, Jungle Cruise. Oh,
and you met that chick.
Yeah, that was a cool story actually. Mm-hmm. So we got lucky. My mom saw a worker who had the same name as me, and it was Caitlin spelled the same way. And so she started talking to her. Yeah, I knew that Disneyland workers could do little favors like that for you, but that's never happened to me. Like, not that I can recall. But we started talking to her and she took us on the Jungle Cruise.
She took us on like a lightning pass.
Yeah, like we didn't have a lightning pass, but she took us through just because she liked us.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I think Noah really liked that ride too. Like obviously those animals are animatronic and not real, but I think he thought they were fun. Mm-hmm. And they always have funny
Tour guides.
Yeah.
They tell jokes.
I think that job would be pretty tiring because you kind of have to be on a lot, right? Like each cruise you take, which is a lot. You have
tell the same jokes over and over again.
Yeah, you just got to keep joking and be funny. I don't know. I feel like that would be a lot. Something else I just remembered though that I had never done before. After we went to see the princesses, my niece London, she gave me tons of tips and she told me that you can go to the store by the Bippity Boppity Boutique and ask them to get pixie dusted. Remember I told you that we did that? Mm-hmm. And so the worker at the counter, she like gets her wand and puts like real glitter on your head and you get to make a wish.
You had pixie dust on you for like the next 3 days.
Yeah, but you get to make a wish and they put like glitter all over you. I think that was super cute and fun. Noah liked it. Mm-hmm. And I was going to say, if anybody hasn't ever taken their kids to the Bippity Boppity Boutique, I did that with my family. We took London, the oldest like niece in our family. It's the cutest thing ever. I've told you about it, right? Like they
dress you up like a princess.
Yeah, they dress you up. You get to choose which princess you want to be and they do your hair.
Did you do that with Noah?
No, I wanted to. I looked it up before we went and it was sold out.
Yeah.
So they do it for boys, but they do like
Prince.
a prince. Yeah. And so they give him, I think, a shield. Like you can choose a shield or a sword or something like that.
I'm sure Noah would have liked that.
Yeah. But maybe when he's a little bit older, we can do that before he's like too cool to do something like that.
Noah already does think he's cool though.
Yeah. Back to Animal Kingdom though. That was the one, Josh, that I really liked. Everest.
Dude, that one tripped me out. Like it was, I don't know. I felt like I was like in a slingshot.
Why? What was so trippy about it?
I don't know. I just didn't like that one as much.
I think it kind of made you feel sick, right?
Yeah, it did. It made me like motion sick.
Yeah. Because you go backwards on the roller coaster and like you see a Yeti. It kind of reminds me of Matterhorn, if anyone's ever done that one at Disneyland, because there's a Yeti on that one. And you have to like go up the mountain for a little bit and then it takes you backwards. I did that twice in a row because I did it once with my mom and then we swapped. So I think doing it twice in a row, I was like, whoa. I will say I'm a pretty adventurous, like daredevil type of girl when it comes to amusement parks. But ever since having kids, I do feel like my body's a little bit more, like just as getting older maybe too, like my equilibrium is a little bit more off.
Did it make you more queasy than normal?
Yeah, I was just surprised. Like,
you'd still do it though.
Oh yeah, I'll still do it, but I'm surprised at how like I can handle less, if that makes sense. And I need like Advil. Just like that's how you know you're getting older, I guess, or I'm not really sure. I just feel like my equilibrium was a little bit off after that one. But next time we go to Disney, though, I do kind of want to have more pins to trade because I do think that was really fun. Like Scarlett would trade her pin that she only had one pin and she like kept trading it. Like we saw this guy who had like an entire like necklace filled of pins and he had like a whole, I don't even know, it was like a paper basically of pins that he was carrying around, and I just think it would be fun to like look through people's pins.
So that like there were other people at the park?
Yeah.
They just went to the park to trade pins?
I mean, they just bring their pins ready to go to trade. So like you can trade with a lot of people and they have like really old pins. So like this year was the 25th anniversary of pin trading. So it was just really cool because I got a pin that said 25th anniversary or whatever. But there's people that are just really, really intense about it. Like they love trading. I just have never done it.
How many different Disney pins are there?
That's a good question. I don't know. There's a ton though.
Is there anybody that has one of every single kind?
I'm sure there is somebody out there that's like a Disney adult that just like...
Dude, on my mission, I met a lot of Disney adults and a lot of them were kind of weird. Like,
yeah,
they like their home decor would be based around Disney, and it's like, okay, yeah, they're nice, but you're weird.
I actually saw a lot of people at the park though with Disney tattoos as well. Like you got to be dedicated to get a Disney tattoo.
Yeah, we did see a lot of Disney tattoos.
Yeah.
It's fun. They're fun stories.
That's the part I wish you would have been there for though. When we went to Hollywood Studios, we went to the Star Wars land and like the meet the greet. Oh my
What does
gosh.
it have to do with tattoos?
Yeah, sorry. That made me think of it. The guy in line with us had a Disney tattoo, and we were waiting to meet Chewbacca, and I was talking to him about like his tattoos and stuff.
I'm sure he was really proud of him.
Yeah, he was cool though. He was like Zach's age, like later 20s. And he says he has a Disney seasons pass and he comes to Disney all the time by himself. Like he just said that's his vibe. Like he just does what he wants to do and he loves it. I was like, wow, that's dedication. Like to come to Disneyland by yourself.
I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah. But Noah was obsessed with Star Wars stuff. Like he loved Chewbacca. Like he gave him the biggest hug. And he was just like, I could tell he just thought he was like a cozy, like huge bear, which he was. Like he was super like fluffy. And he thought he was so cute. And then Darth Vader was hilarious too. I have to show you the video. But he was like, you come to the dark side. And Noah's just like nodding his head like, okay. Like I could just tell.
So you don't have to sell him on it.
I could just tell that if somebody convinced him to come to the dark side, he would. He's like, I will listen to you, Darth Vader. It was hilarious. But yeah, that was, if anyone's curious, that was next to the Disney Junior stage, like the show. So right after the Disney Junior show, we went to the Star Wars meet and greet. I love that. And then at that park, they had this really fun Mickey and Minnie ride that was really, really fun for kids. I'm trying to think of any other things that day that we did because you weren't there. Oh, that day we also went to Chef Mickey's. So
was that good?
That was similar to the Crystal Palace. But yeah, it was the same thing. It was like a meet and greet of the characters. They come around to your table. It was a buffet and it was fun. Noah really liked, he got to see Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Donald, I believe. So
what did he think about seeing them?
He thought they were really cute. He liked it. The thing that's fun too about those buffets at the Crystal Palace, like my mom was saying, they like make the table with the kid food shorter. So like the kids can go up and get their own food, which I think is fun for them. And they have like corn dogs and, pizza, chicken nuggets.
I was definitely a corn dog guy.
Toddler diet, But yeah, for sure in that park, Tower of Terror, I think is a must do.
I think I would have liked Tower of Terror.
How do you feel about like your stomach getting butterflies? Because it like drops down.
It depends on how long it is.
It's not very long. It like drops, then goes back up and then drops. Like, so your stomach feels like.
I can do just about anything for a minute.
Yeah. I wish you could have seen the Star Wars land though, because they have like the Millennium Falcon and we went on that ride and Noah was the pilot. And I think
you like that?
It wasn't the Rise of the Resistance. We didn't go on that one. It was the other one. But yeah, Noah loved being the pilot. He thought it was super fun. Scarlett was like, Noah did better than me, like driving. Like she was like, I wasn't very good. And then me and Anderson were in the middle and we were we like shot everything. I can't remember what they called that. And then my mom and Noelle in the back were like the engineers. So it's fun because like everybody has a job. Supposedly though, the Star Wars food is really, really good. We didn't get any of it this time, but sometimes I just get overwhelmed like with how much food there is at Disneyland to try, and it's expensive too,
Was there any part of you worried that I'd get mad if you spent too much?
I mean, we spent a lot, so
no, not at all.
I mean, no, I was cognizant of it, but I'm just saying like you just know going into Disney like you're gonna spend money. I think at the end of the day, like most of the days we had like 15,000 steps. I do think like another tip that I would say with younger kids.
Sunscreen.
Yeah, bring sunscreen. I think another tip though I would say is like be okay with having breaks.
Yes, you need breaks.
Yeah, because like we had to sit down and eat a few times for sure to like recuperate, You weren't there when this happened, but we went to Toy Story Land and like it could have been on a reality show. Like we got really good food at Toy Story Land and like I think I got a root beer float and I ended up spilling it like all over Holly's stroller. And then Holly picked up like a napkin that had ketchup all over it. And I didn't know this, but Holly has like an aversion to ketchup. And so she like picked up the napkin without realizing it had ketchup on it. And it got like smeared all over her arm. And she was like, get it off me, get it off me, get it off me, like freaking out. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Does she have an aversion to ketchup?
Yeah. Yeah, she was just getting like so anxious about ketchup. I don't think she likes the smell of it or something. But like with that many kids, and everybody's trying to eat and there's just food everywhere, like so many spills, like you just have to know like crap's going to happen. Like shit's going to hit the fan. you got to be ready to pivot, clean up. It's fine. Stay calm. But yeah, like I said, take breaks. Cause like we didn't end up going on Winnie the Pooh ride because it was so long. But like there was a little tree by the Winnie the Pooh ride. And that was like one of Noah's favorite things, Josh. He was like running through the Winnie the Pooh like tree. And so anyway, he loved playing in that. Yeah. So I'm just saying there might be little things like that you wouldn't think that your kid like really would enjoy. But yeah, there were moments that he had fun just playing, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't go into, like, if you have kids, I wouldn't go into Disney with this really firm agenda of you doing what you want to do. Just do what they want to do, you know, or like.
But I am proud of myself for like booking the Lightning Lane passes and being on it like each time.
Yeah, I'm not saying you don't you have to be on it.
Yeah.
Be okay when things don't go like the way that you actually really want them to go all the time.
I just remembered too, though, we had the Tiana's beignets.
Yeah, those are fire.
We had the beignets and then these like sweet potato fries with that were super good too. Yeah, and then we did get the refillable popcorn. You got Noah cotton candy. Was there anything else that we tried?
Dude, way too much sugar.
Yeah, so much sugar. Oh, we had Cokes a lot because they didn't have a ton of energy drinks, I feel like.
No, it was a little bit more hard to find them. They're there, but it was hard to find.
But yeah, I will say Lightning Lanes are worth it. Like if you're on the fence on that, I would say they're worth it. But you do have to be on it. Like once you go on a ride, you go to the next one to book. So I feel like every time I did that, we were able to get on a lot. And just make sure you book things like in the same area. But yeah, overall, I think it was a huge success. I think that we made some incredible memories with our family, and I'm so grateful that my mom came with us too.
Yeah.
We couldn't have done it without her. I feel like she helped us so much. So bring the grandparents if you can, because they help a lot. And I will say for me, I probably wouldn't do Disney with like a massive group of people. Like I felt like our group, even with Holly, was a lot. And then just so you know too, with the Lightning Lane Pass, it comes with the photos. So like you can take the photos with the workers and then you scan your card and it will be on the app. So that's kind of cool too. But yeah, I love Disney. I love the magic of Disney. Yeah, I'm just proud of us for doing it. I'm so grateful for you like giving us that opportunity to go and working so hard. And you were there for like work and you guys had this like pest control conference that you went to. And I just feel grateful that we were able to like tag along. And maybe the next episode we could talk about like the beach and like our fishing experience and stuff. Cause we stayed long enough that we also did other things in Florida as well, but we wanted to focus today on Disney. So
I would definitely recommend taking your family to Disney, especially when you have kids. It's worth it. It's worth the memories. It's worth the effort. And we had a really good time. Yeah.
Was it fun for you to see Noah's reactions? And
that was the most fun part.
So don't be scared to do Disney with kids. I know it's expensive. You know, you can pick and choose, obviously, like trips you want to take, but to me it's worth it. And even though people say that your kids aren't going to remember it, like I will remember that trip for a lifetime. Like even though Noah might not, we can always show him pictures too, you know? Mm-hmm. And hopefully I was thinking we could make like a book out of it too, so we can always look back on
absolutely
the photos. But yeah, thanks for listening to our Disney rant, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and share it with anyone that you know that might be thinking about going to Disney in the near future. Thanks so much for listening, guys, and welcome to the zoo.